Oh shit. Here we go again.
Well, howdy, partners. It's Reg, the big homie and your friend, at it one more again, trying to find a new way to win. And what y'all doing this evening, Me? I'm Aces. I'm just trying to stay in God's graces, maybe put some smiles on a few of y'all faces. But y'all don't hear me though, do you? Do you? I hope everybody had a happy new year and recovered fast from their hangovers and all of that stuff. I ain't heard nothing really big over the airwaves of nobody dying and nothing like that major over the new year, so we gonna count that as a success. If you did happen to lose a loved one, man, prayers go out to you. My family made it home and I hope yours did too. That's the best thing I can say. But while you getting ready for your next day at work and kids back at school and getting back to normal, and you ironing your little outfit and putting your badge out and making sure everything ready for in the morning, I'm gonna give you something to look at, man. I've been messing with these documentaries called Monsters. And these of it's crazy, man. The dudes that put them together, man, they dope. And I got one I'm gonna show y'all tonight about this dude named Reginald Gibson. Dude is a straight psychopath. He a brother too. I thought we didn't do that stuff, but they've been proving me wrong on Monsters, I'm telling you. So, turn on the thing and check me out. And we gonna talk about Reginald. Here we go.
Reginald Gibson was from Bainbridge, Georgia, where he had 2 children with a past girlfriend. He'd been living in Tallahassee for about 5 years and had been dating a girl there for at least 4 years.
Hey, I got a question, and I'm gonna make it quick. Oh, also, I'm gonna be tabbing in here and there. So don't get mad at me. If you don't want to watch the video with me, you can go somewhere else and watch it. It really ain't no big deal. Trust me. But anyway, is it just me, or does it seem like all the cuckoo crazy stuff is happening down in Florida? Come on, man. Somebody hit the comments and let me know that it ain't just me seeing this.
The couple had a 3-year-old son together, and shortly after the boy was born, Reginald was arrested on drug charges. He said in his interrogation that he sold drugs to make money for his girlfriend.
Yeah, I got arrested. The money went for me. I went and did that for her to put extra money in her pocket.
Well, I work out for 7 years, man. It's a job. You're making money, that's all you're doing. You're trying to support people. I get that.
She didn't care about none of that. That's what I do this time and get out. I changed my whole life. She don't like that, because now I don't want to go to the club. I don't smoke, I don't drink.
And she like that money that you were bringing in before, didn't she?
No, this time she was up.
See, punk-ass police trying to make it seem like she trying to get him for his money and all that. But he told him, nah, she got money. That ain't what it's about.
So she had a good job. It ain't about the money, it's about the fame.
Yeah.
When you go to the club, she go to the club every weekend.
Yeah.
So she like to be seen with the niggas in the booth.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And I was that nigga one time.
Oh, he was a hood superstar, D-boy. That's what she was in it for. Gotcha.
That's when I get out of the side chamber, like, I don't do that no more. She fucking out with the next nigga doing it. And I called her. I pulled up at the nigga house, and she coming out the house.
Ooh.
And that's when things went the wrong way.
Yeah.
He spent 2.5 years in prison, and when he got out, he told detectives that he didn't smoke or drink at all and stopped going to clubs.
Oh, damn.
He got a job at the local Whataburger, and he said that his girlfriend had a good job. The couple
so
were
she
living
didn't leave
together
him for
until
that.
he caught her with another guy, and she broke up with him. Reginald took the breakup hard.
Yeah, 'cause he looks sad as hell. He need a hug on that picture. Ooh, she broke his heart.
Moved into a house with his cousin, and he was trying to get back together with his girlfriend. He told investigators that he eventually quit his job due to his feelings, claiming, quote, "I met the wrong bitch," end quote.
That nigga said, quote, "I met the wrong bitch," end quote. Yeah. He was in love with old girl. You could see it all over his face. They need to take this picture down, man. All they need to do is play that Sarah McLachlan song like they do for the puppies. Good Lord, nigga, smile.
It was reported that on November 26th, 2018, Reginald spent the day repeatedly calling his ex-girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
When she wouldn't answer, he had to take a new tactic. The following day, he showed up at the Future Steps Academy, his son's daycare, and told the workers that he wanted to spend time with his son. Daycares usually have a list of people who are approved to interact with or pick up the child.
Hey, this fool ain't up there to see his son. You know it, and every nigga like you know it. When you break up with your girl, man, you ain't over there to see the kids, man. You try to get your girl back, man. You over there to see your girl, man. She ain't answering the phone. This the only place you can catch her at.
Filled out at the time of enrollment. Reginald was on the list, so employees allowed him into the building to where his son was. The employees of the daycare reported that Reginald did not spend time with his son, though.
See,
they
told
claimed
you.
that he spent the whole time watching out the window. As soon as his ex-girlfriend's car pulled up, he picked up his son and went outside.
See, he wasn't there to play with his son. He was on a stakeout.
The employees reported that Reginald tossed the boy into the car before going over to the driver's side of the car.
He looked like an old kid tossing ass nigga on this picture. Good Lord, I don't hear Sarah McLachlan playing in the background on that nigga. I hear Brother Lynch hung or somebody. God, you fucking evil bastard.
He pulled out a knife and made his ex-girlfriend move over to the passenger seat, then got into the driver's seat. His ex began to fight with him and managed to get the knife away from him, but cut her hand in the process.
So wait, hold up. He had a knife. He got in the car with her. Close quarters. After he threw the kid in the back, she squabbed with dude and took the knife from him? Ooh, shit. Florida, see, told you it'd be popping.
She threw the knife out the window, and Reginald sped away, out of the parking lot.
As would
Reginald has a different account of the incident, though.
I go see my son. Mm-hmm. Me and Trevor had me arguing anyway. Yeah. And I said what I do to with him. Now, when I come out, I walk up. She got a knife. But she tell people I had a knife.
You come out at the daycare?
At the daycare. She had a knife on me not being scared of her. I tried to take from her. She grabbed a knife. With the top on. She already got it at the bottom of her hand and grabbed the top to keep me from. That's how it did. Mm-hmm. And she cut herself.
And you're right, it did bad.
Lies, 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 yeah.
What kind of knife was it?
It was a kitchen knife.
Okay.
But the knife bent. And she cut herself. So she basically was gonna press charges on me. That's what she was saying to me. But telling the lies and saying, because y'all said she pressed charges on me. Mm-hmm. She didn't. She told me that the woman said she called the police. Mm-hmm. Which she probably did about the knife being out there. Mm-hmm. Because they said they found the knife.
I think she did, yeah. She might have.
You brought a knife to a preschool, fool.
When she went down and said that I had the knife, I lost it. Like,
he's fairly vague, but according to Reginald, his ex-girlfriend had pulled the knife on him.
Hey, just so y'all don't get it mistaken, that is not the actual knife.
Was he already in the car? Why did she let him in the car? So they fight in the car. She pulls a knife, and then she cuts herself trying to keep him from grabbing the knife, and then she throws it out the window? Why would she do that? The story makes no sense. The owner of the daycare came outside as Reginald was speeding off. She didn't call the cops, but called his ex-girlfriend and her mother. 2 other employees found the knife in the parking lot later that day, and they did call the cops. They gave the knife to the police. Reginald took his ex-girlfriend to his house, where he held her for 3 hours. He forced her to give him the password to her phone, and he searched the text messages to see if she was talking to other guys.
But ain't this the same girl that just beat this fool up and took the knife? Now she kidnapped? See, domestic violence be weird, man.
I mean, they were broken up, so if she was talking to other guys, it really wasn't any of his business. When he found text conversations between her and other men, he punched her and threatened her with another knife.
There they go.
Eventually, his cousin came home and convinced Reginald to let his ex go, and he did. The cousin also did not report any of this to the police.
Of course,
this entire story revolves around Reginald trying to find his ex during the few days after he kidnapped her. He gives the reason at the end of the last clip. It seemed that she had called him at some point, and when she said she was going to press charges, he lost it. He was on parole after being in prison on drug charges. An assault would violate his parole, and he believed he would go back to prison for a minimum of 15 years.
Damn.
I'm not entirely sure what his specific guidelines for violating parole were, but that's what he said he thought.
That sounds to me like he had what they call a joint suspension. I mean, you catch a case, and they offer you a deal that if you plead guilty, they'll give you 10% of what you would have got if you lost that trial. So he did 2 years, but he got 15 hanging over his head. So if he violate or catch a new case, he got to go back, no questions asked, do that 15, and on top of that, whatever the new case carry. Shit, that happened to my brother, man. They let him out on a year, and he had a 9-year joint suspension. They made that nigga do damn near every minute of that motherfucker. I just did my time. Fuck them in the mouth. For real.
Reginald's ex-girlfriend worked for a company called Conduit. It was a call center that takes calls for Verizon customers. One of the other employees at the same company was a woman named Alyssa Thompson. Alyssa was born April 13, 1992, to Eugene and Judith Thompson. She was 26 years old and had 2 children. She was working toward making a better life for her and her kids. She was pursuing a master's degree at Florida A&M University and told her father that she was planning to get her PhD.
Oh, she wasn't no
On
joke.
November 29, 2018, Reginald was seen by employees of Conduit walking around the building's parking lot. Though he told detectives during his interrogation that he didn't smoke, the employees claimed they saw him smoking. Investigators later picked up Newport cigarette butts that are believed to be his. He was walking around the parking lot looking for his ex-girlfriend's car. Her car wasn't there, though, because when she called the police to report the kidnap and assault, she also filed for a restraining order. Then she called her employer and told them exactly what had happened, and that she had listed their address as one of the places she needed the order to cover. The company let her work remotely from home, so she didn't have to be out of the house as much.
Oh, that's cool, man. Sound like her boss was cool, or either he was trying to cover his ass for liability in case she got killed or something.
It was a very supportive thing to do. Alyssa clocked out of her shift at 12:42 p.m. to go to lunch and left the building. She got into her car, a black Nissan Rogue, waiting for a friend and fellow coworker to pick up food. Reginald couldn't find his ex-girlfriend's car because, well, it wasn't there. But he does see Alyssa sitting in her car. According to Reginald, he knew Alyssa and they had had a previous sexual relationship. He approached her car and began talking to her. During his interrogation, he said that he asked her to drive him somewhere, but she said she couldn't because she needed to go back to work soon. At
So
that
you
point,
didn't hit
it's
it
believed
good.
that Reginald threatened her with a knife and told her to move over, but during his interrogation, he claimed that he didn't use a weapon.
Did you have a weapon or anything?
I ain't need no weapon.
We just told her that. Did she scoot over?
So I ain't want her to. All I want was rap, man.
Why didn't she get out the car?
Why did she get out? Told her not to get out.
Shit. He said he didn't have no weapon. That motherfucker said, well, why didn't she get out the car? He said, because I told her not to get out the car. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. Yeah, but she unlucky, man. She unlucky. If she had still been at work or left and went to eat, he wouldn't have never dealt with her. Wow. Luck of the draw. It's sometimes shit just happen. In the hood, we call it a humbug. Shit just happened, man. It just happened.
Hmm?
I told her not to get out.
Yeah.
I didn't want the police called on me. Right in.
Employees at Conduit reported seeing her car leave the parking lot about 10 minutes after she clocked out. The friend who was picking up food said he saw her leaving with an unknown male in the driver's seat and just assumed it was an ex-boyfriend or the father of her children. During his interrogation,
Hey, I don't want to offend anybody from the LGBTQ community, but the dude that went to get the food, yeah, dude gay. Because if he was trying to hit, he would have did a little more investigation on who this motherfucker she leaving with and just sent me to get food. Oh, hell no. Nah, yeah, homeboy, mm-mm.
Reginald said that he didn't take her straight to his house, but didn't say where else they went. Her cell phone pinged near his house for the first time at 1:15 p.m. He forced Alyssa into his house, and he claims they had consensual sex. Unfortunately, Alyssa's not around to deny that claim because it's utter bullshit. You
Narrator
carjack and
skills.
kidnap a woman, and when you get back to her house, you're telling me she's in the mood to get down with you? I don't think so. After Reginald rapes her, he claims she tried to leave, but couldn't let her.
Went to my house.
Was that real had sex?
Yeah.
Your house were on 10th Avenue? What went wrong?
Yeah,
She
he know
was
who
trying to go back to work.
That's what went wrong.
And I knew if she went back to work, she was going to call y'all.
You already thought you was going to do 15 years for the other thing.
No, he knew he was going to do 15.
So what'd you do to her?
I noticed, man, when you do something really bad, the hardest part of it is saying it. Saying the words of what you did. I always press my kids, man, because I feel like if they don't acknowledge and allocute to what they did, yeah, that's my court. I've been watching Law and Order. That's my court word, allocute. If they don't allocute word for word what they did, they may not get it. So I press them. Nah, I don't want to hear I'm sorry. I want to hear what you did. And man, they don't want to do that. And you could look, he don't want to do that. Plus, he probably gonna get the electric chair if he do.
There's blood on the pillow. So there's blood on the pillow.
What pillow?
They found blood on the pillow.
At my house. So why you asking me these questions?
Because I didn't know. To get your side, man, like we've been telling you.
Shit, you got some blood. Why you asking? That blood on that pill ain't hers.
Okay, and that's why I'm asking.
He claims that she tried to go back to work, aka she was trying to escape a kidnap and rape. He obviously couldn't let that happen, so the evidence shows that he strangled her and most likely stabbed her. He claims that the blood on his pillow wasn't hers, but there was also blood on the mattress and the walls by the bed. Believing she was dead, he put Alyssa in the back of her Nissan Rogue and went back into his house and washed the comforter from his bed. It was collected by crime scene investigators who said it had just been washed. Then he proceeded to drive her car, with her body in the back, around town looking for his ex-girlfriend.
It's
He
not
said
the
he saw
actual
her
car.
talking to a man at a nearby apartment complex and then started following her after she left. He claimed that he followed her until she got pulled over by a deputy and he took off. Then he went to a house and can be seen on surveillance tossing Alyssa's phone into the backyard. It's believed that it's the house of some friends, but it's not clear. He ends up breaking into the house, and he tells detectives that he was trying to find a gun to use to kill himself. In the surveillance video...
Hey, this is a little bit off topic. Well, a lot off topic. One of my nephews came to stay with us to go to school because he was having problems down where he was with his mom. This kid is a monster football player and outside linebacker. Killing them up here at the white school. And he decide with somebody else or by his side, I don't know, to steal a gang of iPhones out of the locker room. When this fool see the dragnet closing in on him, this nigga runs out to an open construction field behind my house and throw one of the phones away. Well, when he throw them, he accidentally hit the turn on button and they pinged it to my house. I wanted to kill him for that alone.
Which is really good quality. Reginald walks up the concrete path next to the house and throws the phone into the backyard. He is literally right in front of the camera when he does it. You couldn't have got a better shot of him throwing the phone. Then he knocks on the side door that I can only assume that camera is set up to monitor. Then he walks away after a few seconds. The video shows him come back to the door and then walk away again. In another video, he can be seen looking through windows before breaking one of them. He's seen opening the window and climbing inside. It's not known what he did inside the house or if he took anything. After that, he went to the home of his ex-girlfriend and attempted to break in there, but it's unclear whether or not he managed to get inside or not. At some point, between when he put Alyssa in the back of the car and when he ditched the car, Reginald heard a thumping noise coming from the back compartment. It was Alyssa kicking her leg. Reginald took a knife and stabbed her directly in the heart, ensuring that she was indeed dead this time. When Alyssa didn't clock back in after her lunch break, her employer tried to call her but got no answer, but they didn't notify police. I don't think most employers would call the police over that.
Yeah.
When Alyssa didn't show up to pick up one of her kids from daycare, the child's father was called, and he began trying to find Alyssa. He called her family members, specifically her father Eugene. He became very concerned when he couldn't get a hold of his daughter and finally called the police to report her missing. Police put out a bulletin about the missing woman and quickly became aware of Reginald as a prime suspect. On November 30th, Reginald drove Alyssa's car with her body still in the back to a parking lot near a pub that Reginald was known to go to. He left the car there and walked about 5 miles to an apartment complex where he called a friend to pick him up. They went back to his friend's apartment, which just so happened to be the same apartment complex where Alyssa lived. While there, Reginald confessed to his friend that he had killed Alyssa. He told the friend that he, quote, messed up, end quote, and claimed that he had sex with Alyssa and that she was going to make an allegation that he raped her, because he did. After Reginald left his friend's apartment, the friend called police and told them that Reginald was armed with a knife and had admitted to murdering a woman. He also told police that Reginald had admitted to parking Alyssa's Nissan Rogue in a parking lot off of Sharer Road.
I don't want to hear nobody say in the comments that his homeboy snitched. His homeboy did exactly what he was supposed to do. Y'all with that nonsense, man, I'm 50 years old. I don't know what to tell you, man. Some psychopath come tell me he just killed the chick and left her body in the trunk at the Walmart parking lot. Sorry, man. Yeah, I'm gonna say something. But if you out there in the streets and you gangbanging and you shoot another gangbanger, shit ain't none of my business. Do that make sense? So I give it up one time for the roommate. About time somebody tried to kick up some dust for the victims. Shit.
Reginald was spotted by police walking just a block away from his friend's apartment complex, and he ran from police back to the friend's apartment. He was cornered by the pool, and he yelled at the police to shoot him.
This nigga came back to the homie house. Boy, you ain't shit.
He reached into his pockets, trying to make it look like he was retrieving a weapon in an effort to commit suicide by cop. He finally pulled out a knife and threw it on the ground. The cops tased him, and he was successfully apprehended. When the knife was collected, the blade had dried blood on it. Police obtained a search warrant for his home where, in Reginald's bedroom, they found the blood on the pillow, mattress, and wall, the freshly washed comforter, as well as a woman's earring, and the white jacket Alyssa was seen wearing when she left work for lunch.
Hey, for all the black men, unarmed black men that got killed, and this goofy don't. Luck of the draw.
Reginald was taken to the station where he was interrogated by detectives. It takes him a long time before he starts answering questions, but he does admit to a lot of the details, though his answers seemed formulated to minimize his responsibility for the things he had done. He's focused a lot on things outside of the murder he's being questioned about. He isn't quite sure whether his ex-girlfriend in fact did file charges against him.
So I ain't got no charges on me before this.
That nigga wanna
No,
know.
she put charges on him.
She put them on you.
She did. Like I said, I didn't know anything about that until today when I talked to her.
He is also overly focused on who called the police on him before he got arrested. He asked the detectives who called multiple times. They tell him that they don't really know because they didn't take the call, then steer him back to the murder investigation. He asks again, and they tell him the same thing.
He trying to
He
get
sometimes
paperwork on
stops
the
talking,
homie,
and you
on his
can tell
roommate.
he's just thinking. And when he snaps out of it, it's to ask detectives who called. They continually have to tell him that it's not important and that he needs to tell them what happened with Alyssa.
The family's going to ask. They're going to ask if she suffered.
If she suffered?
Yeah.
What are we in charge with?
You're not going to tell us if she suffered.
Suffer what?
Will she die?
You said she didn't make it to the bricks. You said you couldn't let her leave.
You told us all this. But what led to this? And I know it hurts.
You said what?
You told us that you couldn't let her leave.
I said I couldn't let her leave.
You said you didn't want her to leave. You couldn't let her leave if she called the police. You told us that she never made it down to the bricks, but you were down there in her car. You dished her cell phone over on the hills.
He eventually tells them that, if they take him outside to smoke,
she look
he'll
really
tell them
pretty
what
right
happened.
there.
Again, I thought he didn't smoke. I guess all bets are off after you get charged with murder.
Hell yeah.
When they come back to the interrogation room and sit down, he looks like he's about to start talking. Then he asks for a lawyer. He talks about all of the events leading up to Alyssa's death, and then he skips to driving her car around, looking for his ex. But he doesn't tell them exactly how she died. Obviously, the autopsy showed that she had been strangled and stabbed. Reginald Gibson is currently awaiting trial at the Leon County Detention Facility. He has been charged with first-degree murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, carjacking, burglary with assault, armed burglary, grand theft, possession of weapon or ammo by a convicted felon, and resisting arrest. He's being held on a $338,500 bond. If you're the victim of domestic abuse, please reach out to someone for help. Please call the National Domestic Abuse Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-7233, or go to thehotline.org to chat with someone online. The great thing about this website is that, at any time, hitting the escape key twice will instantly take your browser to a Google search page. In the event the abuser is nearby, you can assure that you don't get caught trying to get help.
That's real dope.
If you're having feelings of harming yourself or someone else, or even just need someone to talk to, please contact your local mental health facility, call 911, or call Mental Health America, who operate the national...
Please check this number right here out. Depression is a cold thing, I'm telling y'all. It's a cold thing. But Reginald, old boy was off the chain with it, wasn't he? I tried to tell y'all, told y'all. I'ma keep my eyes open on dude and see what finally happened with him at trial. But yeah, I think that was a little cool documentary. It kind of left me hanging at the end. You know, I wanted to hear that fool got the electric chair, but whatever. Woo. Hey, I want to bring up a couple of things before I get up out of here. I'm online a lot. I spend a lot of time online. And for the people that don't got nothing to do with this or don't understand it or whatever, don't even pay attention, man. Just please like and subscribe if you watched it to this point, and help me get my numbers up, man. I know I'm more talented than the numbers I got out here, but I'm going to get my consistency back up. But anyway, it's grown men on the internet putting batteries in the back of these young rappers to live the music, and they out here dying. And these dudes are back on here talking about it and getting money for it. And it's obvious. I'm not finna be one of them niggas. Yeah, my time it was like this, it was like that. Nah. I could just tell you that we didn't try to get on pictures. I'll tell you that much. Unless you was an entertainer. And in the music gangbanging, man, let me tell you a little quick story. Stone the Lunatic did 2 songs on me, one called Recognized Game and one called West Side for Life. That shit was dope as hell too. Some kind of way, Stone got it to Eazy, and I get a phone call from Keisha with the big old booty and getting invited up to Ruthless Records. So Stone gets the same call. We bounce up to Ruthless. Wait, no Eazy. Fast forward. Eazy show up. And he look at me and he say, I got new security. And they was like, nah, that's the rapper dude. And he was like, for real, for real? I was like, yeah, for real, for real. So, make a long story short, Eazy had the Ruthless radio show. And he debuted my single, West Side for Life, on the Ruthless radio show, I want to say in 1993, Christmas Eve. I wish somebody had that. So he interviewed me. And, you know, I'm always gonna represent the hood. You could say I'm not from the hood because I didn't squad with 10 niggas to get put on, whatever. But I banged the hood everywhere I went. I represented everywhere I went. From prison to Europe to Saudi Arabia. I kept me an S hat on. So I don't even listen to that. And then took lumps and gave lumps on behalf of 11th Ave. Anyway, I'm sitting there, and I'm young, man. So, you know, and Westside for motherfucking life was all about 67th and 11th Ave. So he played a song, and he interviewed me. And the first thing I say is, he say, so where you from? I tell him, I'm from neighborhood rolling 60 crib. And he kicked the shit out of me under the table. Pow! And I look, and he go to commercial. And he pull me to the side and he say, man, don't do that. You're going to lose money. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was like, you don't let them guess where you from. We don't do it like that. And I realized at that point, you know, oh, well, I was tripping. Okay. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do, representing. So throughout to see these dudes literally gang banging. I think the first real gang banging album, my nigga Spark did most of the beats on the Banging on Wax. That kicked it off, telling where you was from. And now, fools just said fuck it, and they telling about who they killed, how they killed them, and where they killed them at. And these old dudes is just making millions and millions of dollars off of it, man. And I think the blood is on their hands, man, for doing it. I just want these dudes to understand, man, I lost everything doing it the way y'all doing it, man. I was signed to Sony, and I caught dope cases and ended up getting 6 years. Got sentenced 2 weeks after the I Got It Made video truck. By the time I got out of the jail, because I didn't understand the business, I was 500,000 down. Because I didn't have a team around me to take care of that business. But it ain't their fault, because I should have been out there handling that business for myself. But no, I wanted to be the nigga that I talked about in the raps. And believe me, I did it, man. I've been to jail in like 5 states. I hit the LA County and Old County main line when I was 18 years old. I done been on $1 Million Row in Orange County. I was in there with my nigga Spud. Man, where you at, Spud? If you see this, get at me. I miss you, hood. So I understand y'all, and I understand what y'all going through. It's on another level because you guys is always broadcasting. It don't never stop for y'all. So I'm not gonna judge you. I'm gonna pray for you, and I'm gonna give you some advice if you ask me for it. But they came in and tried to do the same thing with us. You ain't gonna listen if you don't want to hear it. We ain't going through what they going through, man. I own my house, man. They don't know what their future holds. So all we can do is be honest with them and transparent about our sins. And maybe that'll help them realize the flaws in what they do. But I'm finna wrap this up. I'm finna get up out of here. I want to thank everybody that come through and check out the podcast. I'm going to keep smothering y'all with content. Once again, I want to thank the producers of Monsters. That I really love your work, and I'm going to continue to support you guys and do review videos of you guys content. Alright, y'all. So on behalf of 11th Ave, I salute the real ones. And remember, there's one thing that will never change. We all neighbors. Peace.